Well, the chef said they're not messing around, are they? Taking out ISIS targets as Jordan's king makes good on his vow. Welcome, everybody, on this crazy day. I'm Neil Cavuto. Well, 2 days after ISIS released this video showing a Jordanian pilot being burned alive inside a cage, Jordan responding with massive firepower, the likes of which we've not seen in decades. It's F-16s dropping bombs on ISIS targets in Syria. Reports now that 55 ISIS fighters, including a senior commander, were today taken out in those raids. But while Jordan is stepping up, how many Arab nations are stepping up to follow? Brigitte Gabriel wonders and has her doubts. Brigitte, what concerns you?
What concerns me is I hope they are going to step up truly with military power, not just lip service. We know, for example, Saudi Arabia in the past has participated in the sorties against ISIS in September. Right now they're saying they're going to support by basically training the rebels. I hope they will pay more than just training the rebel service, but they will use their military in standing up with Jordan in fighting ISIS. I also hope that other Arabic countries, including Bahrain, Qatar, Egypt, if the King of Jordan will call on Egypt, I think Egypt will step up to the plate as well and participate. That's what it's going to take, a show of force from all the Arab countries helping Jordan to defeat ISIS.
Jordan has always been a bit of a different creature in this region, though, right? And by that, I mean that they have been more inclined not only to have overtures to Israel, but to respond to craziness within the extreme, Islamic community, however you want to describe it. We get indications United Arab Emirates, not so much. They have, for the time being, at least stopped sorties over these Syrian strongholds, or more to the point, these ISIS strongholds, maybe for fear that their pilots might suffer the same fate. What do you make of that, and what United Arab Emirates might do to shift things?
Well, the United Arab Emirates actually was one of the first countries that participated in the sorties against ISIS.
That's right.
But from what I heard from insider sources within our military who are very close to members of the UAE, the reason why the UAE pulled out is because after the picture of a female fighter pilot, remember the female pilot
right.
that American press publicized, that's when everything stopped, because I believe the UAE, or they believe the UAE, the king, gotten a lot of complaints from the very pious and conservative Islamic groups within the country.
So this wasn't like
an
anxious reaction to this development. It was more because they had still committed monies and whatever resources might be needed to conduct the campaign on ISIS. So what do you read into that?
You mean the UAE, the country?
The UAE.
The UAE committed a lot of resources, and they do want to support, and the only explanation that I have as to why they stopped, it's basically to save face in front of their own people because of the embarrassment that the American media had caused them. But they will be pitching in other areas, not necessarily maybe Air Force operations, but they can participate in other areas.
And do you think this goes on a while, or do you think that the enthusiasm, by that I mean the eagerness to respond to this, dies down?
I think now the enthusiasm is high. It may slow down a little bit, but I don't believe it's going to slow down for long, because ISIS is basically dragging the region into a very vicious and bloody war. And at this point, ISIS is stepping up its attacks. It's stepping up its brutality. And with the burning of the Muslim pilot, they really have irked the senses of the Islamic world. And this is why, even if they slow down, the Arabic countries backed away a little bit, I believe ISIS is going to keep on ratcheting up their attacks and their shock value, that it is in the best interest of the Arabic countries, especially, for example, Jordan, Egypt, with its military, to step up and fight them as well.
We shall see. Brigitte Gabriel, thank you very much in Virginia Beach.